Hello, friends. Hello, friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to come to you very quickly today to take you through some photos of some fun stuff that Clementine and I saw on our walks and some just funny things that I came across. I have made a list. I've compiled a list because it was several photos, and I'm going to go through each one of the photos and tell you the funny story about them. And I thought that would be fun to do a little show and tell. Okay, so the first photo I want to show you is of a local high school. And if you have been following along here before, you may know, and if not, you can acclimate yourself with my plight, with my work against 5G towers. It is my ultimate goal to have all of the 5G towers removed from at least residential areas. There should not be a 5G tower within 5 miles of a human body, and the people who create those towers know that. And I think 5 miles is being actually kind of generous. They need to put them away, as a matter of fact. But one thing that I have noticed throughout my research, and you can actually look at an entire mini documentary that I created. It is called EME in Sheep's Clothing, and it is available on my youtube.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you can just go into the videos and you will see it. It's in the documentary playlist. And if not, then you can go to the YouTube channel and you can see it there. And one of the things that I mentioned in this video, and I mention over and over again just in these videos, is that they strategically place these in certain areas to hinder development and to bring down the energy and the power of people who they think have potential. They put them on top of gyms. They also put them on top of high schools, next to high schools, and grade schools. In Las Vegas, Nevada, if you watch the documentary, you will see that they have one over a preschool. And it is really a shame. And that is to alter the DNA and the cellular structure of human beings before they even have a chance to fully develop. And that's exactly why they do this. And here is another example. I will show you the high school. I'm going to blur out the name of the high school, and right next to it, overlooking their football field, is they love to do it overlooking the field where the kids love to play sports, 5G towers. It's absolutely disgusting. This is the same area where they have the BlackRock power plant. And I want to make this clear about that BlackRock plant. They bought the company. They did not buy the power plant. They did not buy the land. They bought the company that was in there that was supplying the power, bought it out, moved it somewhere else, took it away, and now left this relic sitting there. And I think they need to tear it down. Honestly, they need to tear it down and turn it into a park. If a building sits unoccupied for longer than a single fiscal year, it needs to be demolished and turned into something green. Either you put a fledgling business, somebody who wants the chance and couldn't otherwise have it, into a failed business's spot. You let the people stay in their spot if their only problem is inability to pay the rent, which usually is not the case. Or you dust the whole thing and put a green area in its place. That is the end of capitalism. That's how it works. You're not going to be sitting here hoarding land with empty buildings. You would be surprised. Half the strip malls, half of the malls, half of the places you go, they're closed down. And they have them just sitting there for lease, waiting for somebody to give them money. Well, why don't you just put somebody in there and give somebody a chance? Or take it away. You don't just get to sit there on top of millions of dollars and all of this land and all of this stuff, just hoarding it and not letting anything innovative happen. And you're going to take these damn 5G towers down as well. They're not all this bad. The next one I wanted to show you is actually kind of interesting. There is something called Bodies, the exhibition, and that is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sometimes they come to Las Vegas, but they have them, they travel all around. And it's a really cool, like, deep look into the human body. They have, like, your veins. They have just an entire human being, but it's just their veins, or just the muscles, or just the skin. And you can see that stuff. And there's one section where they have the human lungs, like, and if you were a smoker, they have some smokers that donated their lungs. And from what I hear, it's such a sight that there's a lot of people who just leave their cigarettes right on the exhibition. And I walked past this garbage can, and it was in an area that's a smoking area. And I'll show you the picture. I'm wondering if that's something that happened there or if this was just coincidence, because there's a sign that talks about how there's signs all over California that everything in the California is known to the state of California to cause cancer. And I guess they made a rule where they have to put that everywhere. So there's a sign talking about how bad smoking is for you. And right in front of it is a unlit, completely, perfectly brand new cigarette. Like somebody went over there to have a smoke, read that sign and was like, no. And they put it down as a kind of as a totem for other people when they come by. Okay, and the next thing is actually really funny. It is from a nail shop that was outside of a laundromat that Clementine and I were at. It says nails before males, which I thought was really cute, because that's like this younger generation, their vibes are more like self-preservation, self-love, taking care of yourself and not worrying about some dude. I think that's really cute. I love the sentiment of that. And it made me think, like, I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I'm probably going to upset a lot of people, but I do not like the current trend in nails. I do not like the coffin shape. I do not like the points. I do not like the long points. I definitely don't like when each nail is a different design. That's so distracting. Why would you only put a French tip on one of your fingers? Like, it's a French tip and then it's some like cheetah print and then it's plaid, and that is so distracting and so irritating. Like, if you're maybe like 6 or 7 years old, that's kind of cute, but like a grown woman with an office job and you got nails like that, I don't like the charms. I don't like when you have long nails with a bunch of charms and like glitter and sparkles and stuff on that, how do you wipe your stuff or clean everything properly? That's my question for girls like that. Like, whoa, you're sus. No offense. But the sign is really cute, and I live by that. And the next thing we're going to talk about is the fact that I am so tired and exhausted and completely out of it sometimes that like I told you, somebody stole my jacket, which I'm still not over. I'm still unbelievably bitter and angry about that, but I'm working on it. But it was just because, like, sometimes I'm in such a daze because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and I've slept in this really horrible position, and it's always a struggle. There's always something weird going on before I get into the gym. There's weird people in the gym. And so I'm always distracted. But this particular day, I'll show you the photograph, I did not even put the right shoes on. It's always dark when I'm getting dressed, and if I'm too tired the night before, I have to kind of like gather all my stuff in a frenzy in the dark before I go into the gym. And I'm usually know what I'm doing at least enough to put the same shoes on, but that day, it did not happen for me. And do you know that I did not feel like even going back to the car to switch them, so I wore them like that the whole day. Even I came back and got in the car, and I was that day, for some reason, I was just unbelievably tired. I might have eaten too much sugar the day before, but I was so freaking tired that I didn't even change them for the entire day. That's how it be going out here sometimes. Okay, and the next picture I actually have as my screensaver right now. This is, I don't know if you can tell as well in this photograph as you could in person, but this grass is black. Either it is so dark and so full of chlorophyll that it is appearing, it's like so dark green that it looks black, but it, like, from the naked eye to the naked eye, from my vantage point, it is black. The grass is black. I've never seen anything so cool. I've seen like deep purple, deep red, deep everything, but I've never seen black. It was black. I don't even know that it's exactly grass, but it's like some kind of plant matter that grows out of the ground like grass, and it's black. I love that. I want that everywhere. I want that in my backyard. All of it. I just want everything black. I want the whole everything to be black. I just love black so much. Anyway, so that's really cool. I thought that was awesome. And another thing, this leads me to, I had this really adorable screensaver that was different dogs. Like, every time I turned on my phone, it was a different dog, but it was destroying my battery life. It was bringing me so much joy. Like, I was laughing and smiling every single time I turned on. And because my life is full of strife instead of lightheartedness, I had to take it off because it was straining my battery, and I can't charge my battery regularly because I don't have an outlet. Dark world light work, right? But anyway, I replaced it with the black grass, and it doesn't give me the same serotonin boost, but it's really freaking cool. And then the last thing is another consumer complaint. I found a piece of plastic in my Walmart tuna. It's my own fault for eating Walmart tuna, but there is a couple of flavors of that tuna that they have that actually is better than the other version. But there was a whole ass piece of plastic. Look at this. In my tuna. And I keep meaning to like send that to them, but like, I know that they'll send you a coupon for a new thing of tuna, but I don't have an address to get the coupon. Walmart, count your days. Get your shit together. It's just so gross. It really is. I just moved on with my life because at this point, I've just been through too much gross, stupid stuff to be affected by any of it. But like, ew. You find a piece of plastic in your fish, you don't know if it came from the fish swallowing the plastic while it was still alive in the ocean or the processing of the fish because it came from Walmart. This is why I need to upgrade. I really want to eat tuna, like a real fresh tuna that somebody just caught. There we go. That's a sign that it's coming soon. But until that day, that's all. Bitty, 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 bitty. That's all, folks. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for coming along with me on this little photo journey through my week. Love you. Bye. What was that? That was like so extra. I just love a little outro. You know what I'm saying?